my desktop to VPN. I was having problems with the mic, but we're good. We're good now. Um, so yeah, I've been busy. Been busy buying stuff. So let me tell you a little bit about the city. It's called Super Civ. It's really going to be focused on civilian type role play, like actually owning a house where you got to pay electric bills and internet bills and stuff like that. You can get like food delivery to your house. You got to buy furniture, all that cool stuff. Um, there's also going to be gangs in here. Like, I'm not going to deviate from the criminal side. I mean, that's what GTA is all about, is criminal stuff. But I want it to be in an atmosphere where, you know, civilians really matter. Because a lot of times we come to these RP servers to um, kind of live the life that we don't get to live in real life. Um, but yeah, so it's coming together. I just installed RTX housing script, which is really cool. I might try to show like clips of things that I'm adding in, um, and then I'm gonna go over like all the things that I'm doing. So this is the RTX housing script right here. If you wanna. I'm sorry, that was probably super loud. But as you can see there, you can either buy the property or you can rent the property if you don't have the money to. Um, and that's my main focus too, is making sure that the economy is pretty balanced. It's not gonna be like a gimme economy, but it's also not gonna be an economy where it's impossible to own things like cars and houses and stuff. Cause I'm very about the RP side of it. I want to see people actually have fun and not have to worry about just coming in a city and grinding all day. So you can see here they have like different upgrades that you can have in the houses, like cameras. It's all the way down to a robot vacuum because the houses do get dirty. And I'm really trying to base this off of real life as much as possible. Um, so I've been looking at different scripts that really reflect real life. And yeah, and if I can't find it, I'm going to try to find somebody that can create scripts that I want in the city. Um, and of course, I'm always taking into consideration everybody's input, um, while also keeping it a very optimized city. I don't want people just like lagging out and having headaches all the time. So yeah, this is one of the scripts. I just installed it, so I'm kind of working on just installing scripts right now, and then I'm probably going to load up 5M and just check it out. But after I load up a couple of scripts, I don't want to keep loading and then logging in, logging out. Um, I'm pretty confident in my skills as far as developing. I know how to trouble fix a lot of scripts and stuff. So this isn't my first radio, but this is my first time like really just taking my time and putting in work. It is going to be a whitelisted server, so you have to fill out an application and get approved to come in the city. I feel like that really helps take away some of the trolls and stuff in the city, so that we can be a pretty serious roleplay server. So some of the like main things in here, like I said, you can order um, services to your home. So you can order like delivery, your furniture, stuff like that. I didn't know you could order dancers or you can order strippers to your home. That's crazy. Um, so yeah, you got strippers you can order. I think that's pretty dope. Um, but the thing that attracted me to this script is the fact that you can have like the electric bill and stuff. You can actually cook inside your house. There's cleaning that you have to do. So I better not come to your house and your house dirty. Like I said, they got a cooking system. You can use the kitchen, actually cook different foods. Um, Realistic bathtubs. Like it's beyond anything that you can ask for. So yeah, we're gonna have the grocery store like a IKEA you have to go to, or you can get it delivered. So it is a robbery system. I might. I really don't want people robbing each other houses. I feel like that's messed up. So we'll probably fix that and see how we can do that. As you can see, there's the real estate. So if you want to be a realtor in here, that would be great. That's usually my forte. I usually like doing realtor. Um, so yeah, that's the housing script. Just add it. Look, you can create your own personal island and everything. I think that's gonna be cool. So yeah, that's the housing script. I just added that in. I'll go and test that a little bit later. It's looking pretty good. Everything. I don't really have any errors right now. I am using a base um, QB box. I also just added their drug script, which, if you're familiar with Schedule 1, that's how their drug script is ran. So it's the RTX drug system. And like I said, it's very ran like Schedule 1, the game. I'm gonna take a look at that real quick. So, like weed growing, it's real realistic. You gotta pour the fertilizer in, get the seed plants. Like, it's pretty dope. I'm all about like realistic looking stuff. I don't want, just press E for everything. So yeah, we got all that. That's part of the drug system. I also added. I am going to be using JG Mechanics. I feel like that's the best mechanic script around. Yeah. So people that come in, they'll be able to like make their stuff, and then as far as the mechanic, you actually gotta put in some work. You have a little tablet that you can fix your, see what's going on. So yeah, that's the mechanic script. I'm about to probably install that next. I have like 10 pages worth. I haven't even like installed like all of this stuff at all yet. But I am gonna talk about some of the things that I bought. like I said, it's very civilian based. I try to go for the most realistic stuff. So I bought a lot of stuff from 17 Mauve. So I'll show you some of his stuff. So what I did get the garbage collector, again, because I feel like there's things that in the garbage collector you can get supplies and stuff that we can use throughout the city. But yeah, I like how you can do it as a group. What else? I have the job center, so we have like the basic jobs in the city. Also, if you're a business owner, you can add your business owner stuff. I also bought the lumberjack one. I feel like that's pretty cool. It's a pretty in-depth script. I bought the car wash, the dirty system. I thought this was really cool. I haven't really seen this in cities. But yeah, you have your actual vending machines, car wash. Like your car is gonna get dirty, and you gotta actually take it to the car wash to wash your car. So that's going in there. What else I get? So we got the job center, garbage collector, lumberjack, and dirt system. I'll probably get more, but that'll probably go later down the road when people let me know what they like to see in there. So yeah, that's some of the civilian jobs. I do use a lot of AK-47 scripts. I feel like he has some pretty good scripts. There's some of the stuff I don't want to use from him, that I pick other things. Oh, Mark KZ. So yeah, another developer that's pretty realistic with his stuff. We'll take a look at his. I do have all his scripts, just because like I said, I like how realistic he is. Like he has this utility kebab, so you can actually own your own kebab restaurant. Like the processing with his things, you can actually like cut the meat, you can roll out the pizza. It's insane. I can't wait to like get this all running and have people run the shops and stuff. And you look at, let me go back because missing half the stuff. Well, you can add different things to the kebab, so people can be like standing in front of you like a Subway and be like, hey, I want to add mayonnaise, ketchup, stuff like that. What else do you got? We have the hotel. I don't even want to give everything away, but I'm telling y'all, this city is gonna be lit. It's gonna be well thought out. Like I'm tired of going in places and they don't have nothing for the civilians. Pee and poop. Like, dude, showering. Like that's it's the little details that a lot of cities are missing that I'm like, I'm ready to have that. So yeah, like I said, we had the pizza, utility pizza. Like you literally roll out the dough. I think they got pictures. Yeah, you gotta roll out the dough and put the toppings on there so people really can customize what they want and stuff. We got the vaping. You can own a vaping store if you're into that. Like create different vapes, and this is where I think like garbage comes in, because the shop's really going to have to utilize some of the materials that's in there. Utility jewelry again, materials. I might have to add mining in there because that's the only thing that kind of makes sense, so that you can have like diamonds and stuff to help with utilities. Respray, vending machines, weapons, the bank. Oh, that's the next thing I'm gonna do is buy a banking system. I want the banking system to actually offer loans and stuff and have credit scores. So, yeah, I'm telling you guys, I'm like digging in deep for this. I'm gonna put out whatever money it costs to make it happen. I do like this tattoo script. I'm probably gonna get it later, but there's a tattoo script I've seen that you can actually upload your own personal tattoo. I'm probably gonna do that in the city. You can upload your own personal tattoo as long as it has like a PNG clear background and pretty good like penmanship work. It'll look good in the city. But I've used it in another one, and you can actually upload a picture, and then the person can tattoo it on your body. So, yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on adding some of these things. I think the next one I'm gonna do is JG's mechanic. The only thing that sucks about VPNs is I can't use double screens, so I gotta try to like fit everything on one screen. I have two monitors, so I'm used to like actually putting stuff differently and making it easier, but we'll work with what we got. I'm just gonna call this folder JG. So good thing about servers is just putting everything in categories so that you can just run it. So most of the time you have to extract the folders. You kind of just gotta look to see what's in there. Those are the props. Usually you gotta install some kind of database. I use Heidi. A lot of people just use their PHP database. I don't know. I just find this easier. This is just how I was taught to do stuff. So, and then the images, I pinned the images, so I just copy and drag it over. So it will be in my images from my inventory. And then you also have to add whatever your inventory. Mine's is Ox inventory, so I gotta add all these items. I know some stuff is missing, at least from the last time that I've installed JG Mechanic, so I'm gonna have to go through that. So I got my items list. I'm gonna go to my Ox inventory, data, and then items. And then you kind of just scroll down. I've been putting a lot of stuff in. So I usually leave the last line there just so I can not make sure I don't mess up anything. Then I just paste and save. See, something look like it's messed up already because I see that red. So let me undo that. What did I mess up? Hopefully I didn't mess up something. We'll save that for now. I can always undo it. Alright, we're gonna go back to JG. Just check to see what else we can do. It's always good to follow the remies with the documentation. But like I said, I've done this so many times that I kind of know what to look for. But we'll go ahead and go in here and make sure I didn't miss anything. See? Like wood and stuff. The mechanic shops is gonna have to utilize people that like to do garbage and stuff. We can set up different mechanic locations. Yeah, this is alright. So I think we did all that. So I'm going to add it in the CFG editor. And we're just going to add it right underneath here. JG, you just got to make sure the folders is named the exact thing that you have in your resources. And then we're going to go to the live console. Don't mind this. That's just like some tick thing. I don't know. But it's not errors in the city. My biggest thing is making sure that aux inventory is good, or QBX inventory is good. I don't see any errors in there, so obviously all the items are listed. Stuff is good, no redness. Yeah, so we got the mechanic, we got the housing, and then we got the drugs. I think I'm gonna go run and check out the city real quick just to see how those things look in city, and then we'll work on adding some of these other things like the McDuties and stuff. Let me pull out AK-47 stuff. So this is some of the things that we're going to have in city. I kind of want to do the clothing shop. I'll see how that works. I tried it before. I didn't really like it, but I think that's because I added in extra clothing. I'm probably going to keep it to basic GTA clothing. Just because I feel like when you add too many packs of clothing and stuff, it starts messing up your city. Unless people want to get personalized stuff in there, I'll probably add it little by little, but I'm probably just gonna keep it pretty basic. Yeah, we're definitely gonna use this QB referral system. So the more you refer people to the city, the more perks you get. I'm definitely all about rewarding people. I might do the battle pass. I might take a vote, see how people feel about that. Again, there's other jobs I want to add, like the QB delivery job, farming. I did see a farming simulator. I think I might get that one instead, because that farming simulator, you can like own animals and stuff like that. So I might hold off on that one, because I think I've seen that. We'll do the fuel station business. We'll do all of these, like the Cushland job, hookah bar, the restaurants. We're gonna do gang territories, so people know different territories and stuff. Of course, police job. I'm sticking to Ox inventory. I don't think I'm gonna use his inventory. I might add the QB outfit bag, but I really kind of want people to actually go. I mean, I guess that's realistic. You kind of carry your gym bags around and stuff to change clothes, but I don't know. We'll see. And since I'm a nurse, I really want to get the medical RP right. So we're definitely going to be adding things like the crutch and stuff. We're going to have the advanced gang and crime system, ambulance job, the dealerships. I already have the housing. We're going to do money wash. We can do prospecting. I'm not opposed to that. And then this is like all the restaurant stuff, like tacos, the smoking, so you can actually use the hookahs and stuff. And yeah. So we got a lot to do, but I feel like we can get it done. It's gonna be a little while anyway for this to open, but yeah. They got pretty cool MLOs, pretty much. Some labs and stuff that we'll utilize. Hopefully I can find some partners to, kind of help me develop this and throw out ideas and stuff. So if I know you and you want to be a part of building the city, just let me know and we'll figure it out. Alright, so let me fly in the city real quick and just check it out. I haven't been in there yet. So this is going to be the first time I go in. Let me move that over there. We're going to exit out. I got a lot of stuff up. Alright, we're going 5M for my desktop. And I will switch the screen over. Oop. My bad. Let me lock that in place so I don't move. Alright. So I'm gonna lock it up too, so that I'm the only one that can get into it right now, so people don't fly in and mess something up. This might take a minute because I've been in a different city. Let me see what's going on. What did I mess up? I think I need my Steam Web SenseRP. I don't know. Let me see. It says it's online. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Serverless quarterly return error. Let me do my handy dandy chat GBT, figure out what's going on. I've never seen that error. I felt like it's because I didn't. Like, I wonder if it's because my Rockstar isn't launched on my VPN. I've been having issues with trying to get the Rockstar loaded on there, so I might have to come back to that. I'm not sure. Oh, come on. Connection failed. Like, I don't know what that means. Alright. My endpoint is. That is that. wonder, let me check something real quick. I feel like it's because I don't have the Steam. This is annoying. That's not. Oh my god, I'm struggling right now. This is crazy. In here, putting wrong passwords in. Oh man. Oh my god, then I'm locked out of my account. Like, dude, come on. Goodness. if it was this. Let me try. Alright, we're going to reset. Alright, let's try this one more time. I feel like I'm having a slow movement. I feel like I'm doing... Goodness. Let me just ask somebody, because this is... of course they close. I feel like I missed something. See, this what happened when you use a VPN. I struggle. If I just do a local one, it'll be easier. But you know what? I might just do I'm gonna just do it from a local standpoint. If this don't work, I don't expect the city to get that big. Because I don't know what's going on, and I feel like it's the VPN. So, yeah, let's just scrap that. I'm gonna copy this so I don't have to redo all of that. Hopefully it'll work that way. And let's see. Oh, this might take a minute. I probably have been better off just, it says 14 minutes, not too long. I feel like it was because I don't have the game downloaded on the VPN and stuff. I was having some issues with Rockstar, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it that way, but if I keep it local, I tend not to. I wonder if this is gonna work the same since I started this on the VPN. Only one way to find out. About 5.5 left. install. What the world? What is going on? I've probably been better off just reinstalling everything. Nah, forget it. We're not gonna do it that way. Alright, we're just gonna start from scratch, so let me get out of this. Alright, so y'all get to see from scratch. So I already know I'm gonna need a new folder. I'm gonna call it Super Civ. And you're gonna need to create a folder called server files. And then you gotta get the artifacts, download it. And you just go to this website, runtime 5M artifacts, and you download the top blue. And it's going to give you a file in WinRAR. You can exit out of that. So open up where your server files are, and then you just copy, do Control-A, copy, and then paste it into your server file folder. You can exit out of that. You will go down to FX server. It's gonna say don't run, just hit more info and then hit run anyway. And then this folder is gonna come up with your TX admin. It's probably gonna ask you to log in, create a backup password. You can put anything in here, but you just gotta remember it like any other password. Here I'm gonna put Super Civ. That's the RP server name. You go to popular recipes. You can pick whatever you want. A lot of people use QB Core. I'm gonna use Qbox. It's pretty much QB Core. the pathway is already there, hit save. You go to recipe deployer. And then this is just, I don't even know what it is, just hit next. You need your server key. I'm gonna use the one I was using. Go back. Run. Oh yeah, you gotta make sure examp is downloaded. I thought I downloaded that already. I think I got a folder already. That's why it's not downloading. Alright, now let me try that. Yeah, that was the issue. So yeah, I gotta make sure you download examp first. I also have the Heidi SQL, and that's where your SQLs go that you upload in order to make servers work. Hopefully that don't take too long. I don't know why it's going so slow. I'm so impatient. I just want this to come on. Now I gotta re-download some of those assets. I'm gonna exit out those. I don't need that. once this is done, I can start. Might have to get up and fix some coffee. I don't know how much longer I can be on because I gotta clean and prep for tomorrow. Everybody's coming over here to eat. Alright, cool. So you gotta start the Apache and then the SQL. You can keep that open. We'll go back to our run recipe. So that should run. It takes a little bit, not too long. It's just setting up everything, all those little QB box stuff. Oh man. Yeah, I can't tell y'all how excited I am to have the city. I just hope that I can get decent people in the city and share the same love that I have for being a civilian in RP and, you know, because I feel like I have a lot of good ideas. And unfortunately, like, I love, like, SenseRP, other cities I've been in, but it's nothing like having your own, because you can give them ideas, but if they don't really want to use that, they're not going to use it, and then you're kind of stuck not doing the stuff that you wanted to do. So then it comes boring, and so that's one thing I want to change in my city, is making sure I listen to people and figure out the best way that we can accommodate pretty much everybody's what they want to do in the city. I do know that there are situations that we just can't accommodate everything, but I am going to try my hardest to make sure people are accommodated to do what they want to do in the city. Like, even if we have to find something that's already in the city that's kind of like what they want to do, we're going to do it. So that's my biggest thing, is just trying to find that balance. And another thing is just making sure the economy is right. Like, you can't just set up numbers and it don't make sense for other things. Like, I kind of think that's what Sense did. I think they didn't really account for the amount of people that were going to be in there, how it impacts to other jobs and stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they rushed through that part, but I feel like that's a key component for that. So there's no not to know. It is what it is. They're still developing too. And it's a great city. I have fun in there. Like, I'm probably gonna do both. Just these would be my only two cities I'd be in, is Sense and mine. Because there's things I do like in there. I do like the interactions with the people. I feel like they got some really good streamers and stuff. And it's always nice to be in an established whitelisted server, because you get to learn different things, and you know, you kind of take some of those concepts and turn it into your own. And then, like I said, my city is basically to utilize the things that I wanted and that I want to stream, and hopefully I can find people that feel the same, so that I'm not just in here by myself. Because it does cost some money to run these cities, but it's worth it. And I think once you get it going, That's the key, is to get it going. And I'm not, and this is going to take a minute for it to roll out. It's going to be a little while until I can get it situated to roll out where I feel comfortable. Um, and then it's a progression. Like, I'm going to keep adding stuff in all the time. I just want to get like the basic stuff in there that people can feel like they can actually do jobs and build up their money and stuff and prepare to buy houses and cars and stuff like that. I do like their rollout stuff, their plans. I just feel like the businesses and the cars can roll out a little bit faster, but you know, I don't know. They probably got a lot of people that are. I know they got some people that are actually developing their scripts, so that takes a lot of time, all that coding to actually develop your personal script. Me, I'm just buying scripts that make sense and then installing it. So it might go a little bit faster for me. I can't really. Um, I say Resurrection Sunday. I don't really call it Easter, but yeah, I can't believe that's tomorrow. It's like time is just flying by. Except for this part. This is not flying by. This is taking forever. I'll be right back. I need to get me a soda. Alright, while that's doing that, let's take a look at some of the assets I got again. So we kind of talked about AK-47 stuff, some of the things that I want to use. I might not use pizza crust. I don't know. I might use it. But if I have somebody that owns pizza disc, I won't use it because then that means I want people to role play the pizza stuff. I like AK. His stuff is easy to install. He has a lot of like good things like the car dealership. I can create different ones throughout the city. The money wash, the ankle monitors, GPS trackers for the cops, so they know where their fellow cops are. He's got different little things like switches. Again, I really like I said, I really like Mark KZ. Besides the housing script, I think he's probably the next best developer He's got a really interactive developing mindset that I really like. I feel like that's what I look for in a RP server, is the interaction, making stuff, not just going in there pressing E. Like being interactive. Like I said, rolling out the pizza dough and stuff like that. That's a plus to me. And then the next one is 17 Mob. He's got a lot of good civilian jobs. So right now I just have the lumberjack and garbage, and then the car wash. I think that's gonna be interesting. I'm probably install that too when I do this next couple installs. I want to see how that works, because I've never seen that in a city. You know, obviously I'm gonna look for some MLOs just to have some stuff there. Make sure we have enough furniture and shelves, because like I said, I'm really big into the housing and realtor and interior design and stuff. I really, like, y'all don't even know, like, just check out that RTX housing script. There's so much in there that I'm excited to actually get to use. I think our thing is done. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, there's nothing we need to change there yet. So we'll save and run server. Everything is up. We are going to, before I install anything, I'm going to go check it, see if it's loaded up at least. That could have been the issue too. I don't think I actually, like, I downloaded it, but I never, like, went in the server. So before I start adding a whole bunch of stuff, let's go see if we can find it. And then I'm gonna lock it up so that only I can go in right now until I finish putting stuff in. So yeah, I didn't even do this last time, and I think it was because I didn't have FiveM downloaded in my VPN. So I'll set it up locally, and then maybe I'll switch it to VPN later. But for now, we'll do it this way. Let's do test. That's always my person name. I don't care about a birth date. We're gonna change like that starter money and stuff, everything like that. I'm just taking a look, see how everything is. That map's gotta go down. We're gonna change this stuff up. Get something a little bit better in there. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna add the housing script and stuff. We'll check all that out. But yeah, as you can see, we got basic, black and white map. We'll change the map up too. And get new loading screen map. I need to start writing this stuff down. Make sure I don't forget it. Because I'll be worried about everything else and forget the basic stuff. Loading. No. And then the customization. So, alright. At least we know we can get in there. All this stuff is going to come out. We're going to get some new get some better stuff in there. Alright, the fun part. Some people think it's fun. I think it's fun. I think it's fun when you start getting stuff really moving. Oh yeah, it didn't download here. Okay, so let's do both of the RTX things. I got the drug system. Like I said, the drug system is like that game Schedule 1. I think that's pretty cool. Then the housing. We're going to do the dirt system. JG Mechanic. I probably should have got his garage script too, but we'll see if it works pretty well with AK-47's garage. Yeah, let's just start with those first. We'll test those out. So I do have two screens, so I will be like going back and forth. If you don't see me like clicking certain things, it's only because I got it on the other screen. It just helps me keep it a little bit more organized. Again, you got a QBox resources. You create your different folders. I like to keep whatever the developer's thing is, like RTX for the housing. We'll start off with the housing and drugs. So just copy and paste pretty much everything. One thing I do like to do is go to Aux Inventory, Web, and Imagings and pin that to quick access so I can drop and drag. Unfortunately, you can't do that for the items. You kind of actually gotta go. I mean, I guess you could create a little pinpoint so that I don't have to keep clicking all over the place. Alright, let's go back. Just make sure we got everything. I'm just clicking on the items and Control A, copy, and then we're gonna drag that into the images. Some of them are already there, like acetone. I just replace them. And then I'm going to the Aux items Lua. So I use VS Studio. I just feel like the color code coordination is better. You can see stuff. So these are all the items. So what I need is the data and then items. Lua. You scroll through. This is the basic items that's already in here. And what I like to do is just go to the second to last, enter, and then paste. And then I just check to make sure this don't change the color, because then something's off. Rather that be a comma or whatever. So we got the items in there. We gotta get back to the drug system and run the SQL, which is on Heidi. And then you just gotta make sure you go to your file location of your server, and then you just hit this little blue triangle, and that will upload the SQL, which contains like all the information in order to get it to run. So that's in there. And I just like to look at all the folders, make sure I don't miss anything. When it says stream, these are like the images and stuff, the labs, like physical things. And then you can go to the actual config. This is where you change things like the framework and stuff like that. I think I gotta keep it QB Core. I know it's QBox, but it takes a lot of the QB Core. I hate pink, so we definitely changing that. And our server is more of a like blue and silver. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm gonna try to get everything towards that blue, silver colors. And for the drugs, I don't think I'm gonna use Target. We'll see. I'll see how it runs in the city. If I'm going to change that. And then we'll look at the different like locations, prices, and all that stuff. I want to get it in there first. And we'll set up like the recipes and prices and stuff like that. Once I figure out what the economy is going to be looking like. So I think the drugs that's all done. We'll go to the housing. Housing next. Again, go to the RTX. I go to the SQL first, and then they have two SQLs in here. It's called SQL insert and then the example properties. So again, you just double click, open up the database, make sure that's on there, run it, and then I refresh, I exit out, and just do that process over again. Exit out. I think the example properties just let it, that's what it says, examples. So you can delete that if you don't want it. You go to the script, you pull the RTX housing over. The models, they're optional, but you bring at least the core props over. Like the housing shells and the MLO is optional, but I'm gonna use it because I want all the full effects of this. The icons, they got a house key and lockpick, so I'm gonna put that in images. And then of course they got the items list. Probably don't need the lockpick. I'm pretty sure that's on the house. That's on the list already. Get from back here. Dallas, get. The items. I'm gonna go underneath where I was at. So, one down. Alright. And look, this is all that food and stuff you can eat. I believe they told me on the video when I was looking at how to install that you gotta add the consumable. I don't know what this RTX shell creator is. I don't know if I need to put it in there or not. I'm gonna put it there just in case. Alright, so yeah, I think all that's done. We uploaded SQLs and stuff. So that's the housing. I gotta go back to the CFG editor and then insure, and then we're gonna put that folder in RTX. You just gotta make sure it's the exact same way you put it into the resources. We're gonna scroll back up and change these. I think I had a really strong civilian RP server. I'll probably change that later. Put something better. And we're from US, so we're gonna do English US. I'll upload a new logo. But yeah, we'll keep everything else the same. We gotta put that in admin mode. I can't have people going in and out. Later on it'll be whitelisted. Alright, so we're gonna add in JG Mechanic. So we're done with RTX. Again, just make a new folder. I'm gonna name that JG just in case I get more of his scripts, which is highly likely. And then we're just gonna copy and drag all those over. I'm gonna say JG Mechanic, he has the images. Gotta run the SQL. Some of these developers, they really be charging the arm and the leg to do this, and it's just like, if I was lazy and didn't want to do it, I can understand that, but half of this stuff, it's so repetitive that you can pretty much figure it out on your own instead of paying all this money. All that money to people. I think it's a lot to fix on the config for JG. We'll leave that to auto. It can pick up stuff. I feel like it's missing. I think it's something missing in the mods or something. For I don't know. I don't know if they updated that, but we'll see. Cause I want to say I had to like type out a lot of the mods and put it there. But we'll go back to that. We're just gonna at least get the basic. Make sure everything else is in there. Yeah, I really don't think you need to do too much with his. His is pretty much drop and drag and you're good to go. I love JG Mechanics. I think they're one of the better mechanic scripts out there. So yeah, we got that in. We're going to do I said I wanted to try out this dirty system. I'm so like baffled about that. I feel like that's gonna be really cool, something different. We're gonna name this 17 Mauve. And let's drag that over. Let's check this out. I don't think I've installed stuff from him, so let's see what we gotta do. Copy images, add these items to your system. Wait, let me make sure. Alright. Oh, that was easy. Just drop it in. Alright. Well, I might go ahead and add some of the other stuff from him. The best thing about this is most people, the developers, they pretty much make their files all the same. So, alright, let's see what else we got from him. I think it's the garage and the lumber and job center. Okay. So we'll do those real quick. The only thing too is I gotta make sure I remove this stuff, the base stuff that come in here. A lot of it's under the key box, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Garbage job, mechanic job. I don't know if I can. I think I need to delete properties. Is there a housing? Might keep that in there for a few minutes, see. let's go job center. I think it kind of just does its own thing. We'll probably do gray for that. Doesn't look like you have to really install anything for that. That's cool. But then again, we'll see. I probably missed some steps. We'll go ahead and open up garbage and lumber. Check that out. Again, that's a easy drop and drag. That's cool. Let me check the instructions, see if he says like remove. Yep, see, it's basically drop and drag. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright, so now we got 17 mob in, so we gotta go back to the editor, add that in, and the JG, so let me add that in. Ensure JG, ensure 17 mob. Alright, clear that out. We're gonna reset, and then we're gonna fly into the city and see what we see. I feel like I gotta delete properties. Let's see if they answer real quick. I was just trying to see if I have to delete the properties or anything. I'm gonna assume that I do, but I just don't want to delete something and then be like, oh shoot, I need it. So hopefully they answer soon. If not, we're just gonna go and see real quick. So let's go fly back in, test some things out, go take a look. I'm gonna do all this cooking, but I'm trying not to eat the food till tomorrow. See, we got some of those example properties for sale. Got the garbage job, job center, lumberjack job. So you do need like a group, I think, for the lumberjack. I don't know if you can do it by yourself or not. We'll see. The real estate building, recycle centers. You see car wash? Let me see. Let me get the coordinates for the car wash because I don't know if there's an icon. I didn't really read the config, so let's see. I'm gonna exit out of that. Why is the blip not showing up? I wonder what it's called. When true, map will display only one nearest blip of the car wash. It is dynamic, so when player is driving around map, it will always show nearest. I don't know. Alright, let's try one of these coordinates and see if that's what it is. Oh, dang.
You're looking good. All right.
Yo, that is so fire. Oh, there was a car wash on the map. Hand-free car wash. Wow. There's a couple of them. 3. Yo, this is fire. Wash your car for $10.
I need.
Vending machine, search the dumpster. So we can set that up. You got wax, ceramic. Okay. We getting somewhere. Let's go. Let's see if we can get a car real quick. Wash it. feel a little dirty. I'm gonna clean it for you real quick. What? What happened to the car? The car just disappeared. Maybe because it wasn't my car?
Tell 'em that was inspector.
That was weird. I didn't get any errors. Alright. I'll have to check that out with me owning a car, but not gonna lie, this is dope. Like, I swear, I don't think I've seen this in any city. Alright, so we got that. We're gonna go check out a house real quick. Alright, so I already got the for sale sign out. So you can rent it $100 a month. We're gonna look at utilities. So $1.10 per kilowatt water. No, I'm probably gonna just take real life, like the average, America's average, and use that as the economy base. You know, just to make it realistic. Doesn't have a garage, has a wardrobe, no storage, internal furniture area. Alright, we're gonna look inside real quick. Okay, a little bathroom as soon as you come in. I think once you own the house, you can actually like utilize the stuff. So, comes with empty shelves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure once you like buy the house. Alright, let's go ahead and at least rent it. Cause that's all I got. And we got outdoor furniture. Let's see what we got. Okay. Yo. We on to something. We definitely gonna see if we can get some more furniture in here. But yeah, we on to something. Okay. I don't know if I like the open property menu. I think I'm gonna see if I can get that switched to like Target. Well, you can go wash your hands. I'm not sure why the shower and stuff not working. Alright. Alright, so I just gotta figure that part out. Maybe it's... you can make food. Cooking some spaghetti. Man, it would be so tight if like I actually had the pots and pans there. Wonder if we can make that happen. Where my stuff at? Is it because I ain't have it? Alright, so we got a couple things to figure out. As far as the food and stuff goes, showering. But that's nice. That's dope. Oh, I want to go back in and check deliveries. And turn the lights on and off. Alright, yep, I'm gonna have to dig in there and see how that all works, but I'm excited about that. That's gonna be cool. Alright, let's go garbage. One thing I'm gonna do too is get all the clothing right. I gotta... how you start the job? You might have to go to the job center. Gosh. I always put myself up.
You said it. What's wrong with you? Hey, I'm just playing.
Heavens, I sure hope you learned your lesson.
Yeah, we don't have all the jobs, so yeah. Yeah, I might end up getting all the jobs. Like, this is cool. That's a lot of jobs. Well, you can put like notices, government increase payouts in all business by 10%. I'm not sure why it's not. Alright, let me check files, see what's going on.